Some people have played lots of Zomboid. Some people have played just a few hours. No matter your experience, there is a lot to learn, because this game is really complex. And maybe there are some things that you don't know yet. Hello, welcome to Vivi's Doodled World, and today I tell you about 11 mechanics you may not know yet in Project Zomboid. Quick disclaimer before we begin, I did say mechanics, but not the in-game mechanics skill, no. As in game mechanics. As realistic as PZ feels, it is still a video game, still subject to the limitations of coding and whatnot. And that's what this video is about. I also try not to be you should do this or don't do this, because that'll affect your playstyle. That's for you to figure out. Play the game and develop a style of your own, which the game does allow to an amazing degree. What I'll mention here are more about convenience or some stuff that isn't obvious to add to your knowledge in general. Actually, maybe some of them are bugs now that I think about it. With that said, let's start off with number 1. You can start the game sooner than advertised. When you start a game, you might go like, oops, I forgot to tweak this setting, or I forgot to add a mod. Depending on your processor, it can take quite a bit of loading to get into a world. You have to stare at the "these 3 end times yada yada you'll die" text, while all you're doing is waiting for the game to say, click to start. Thing is, even though click to start won't pop up until the center text fades away completely, the game could be done loading if, well, the loading text disappears. So try to click and you should be able to skip the loading screen. It is finicky on your first game per session, however. Sometimes I have to alt-tab out first and go back in, and I can skip the loading screen then. But for next play sessions, you should be good. Also, only happens when starting up solo games. Multiplayer games will always tell you when it's done loading. For number 2, spawning inside the building gives you the key to it. This is simple and straightforward. If you spawn inside a building or a house, which you usually do, you might have the key to that structure. You can check your keyring for it. And hey, lucky for you if you spawn inside a police station per se. Gives you a pretty good chance to start off with guns. I personally was surprised that even a highly experienced sweat lord that I played with didn't know. Or maybe they just forgot, I don't know. He ended up looking for tools to disassemble the door to the gun room instead. Boy, did he feel dumbfounded afterwards when the second door just popped open when he tried.
Wait, I think we had... Yo, I had a key the entire time.
Oh, come. Moving on to number 3, let's take a look at the minimap. The minimap is an optional feature in your game. You can enable or disable it completely in the game's settings. The minimap has these obvious buttons here, which when you press, zooms in and out, toggles between top view and isometric, you know, some basic functionality. But did you know that you could also drag the map around? Yeah, just hold left click on the map and drag, voila! Actually, this may be something only I didn't know of because I mainly play with the controller. But it's there if you need it. Very useful when you're guiding someone focused on driving. At number 4, it is always faster to drop something on the floor than putting it away in a container or your backpack. Naturally, you'll be picking up a lot of stuff in this game. But if you pick up too much, it'll affect how fast you move. Putting away stuff in your backpack is viable, however that takes time. Also, you could be short on space. Dropping stuff on the floor, however, is near instant. You can even do it while walking. Yes, you can take off your pants and plop it on the pavement while walking. If this is an oversight, no, it's not an oversight. Let's just pretend every single trouser in this game is one of those tearaway pants. I don't know, maybe Kentucky really had a trend like that in 1993. I'm not from there, so I don't know. Next up, at number 5, you can get up from sitting much quicker. Maybe you're out there kicking butt, you didn't get the lungs smoodled, you sit on the ground, out in the open, just to recover some stamina right quick, and then BAM! A zombie coming in hot from behind. Getting up is a matter of just pressing any movement button. But you can actually get up faster with the run button. You have to do it right though, you have to be holding the run button before moving, otherwise you'll get the slow get up. This one is a bit absurd, I think. Like, I don't ever recall needing to hold any buttons in real life to stand up right quick, but eh. At number 6, removing glass. As your game goes on, windows are just gonna break. Mostly caused by zombies, sometimes by you trying to break into homes. Either way, it ain't a good idea to climb over while there are glass shards remaining, so you might want to remove it, but the game says you need something in your hands first. No other specifics though, and that's actually the case too. Doesn't have to be a weapon or tool, literally anything you can equip on primary will do. Like say maybe a keyring that came from somewhere? I'm not very subtle. You can even use some thread. How that's supposed to work, I do not know. Personally, I'm in the habit of clearing away glass when I see it, mostly because it's a thing that harms you but not the zombies. On to number 7, something about pushing and multi-hit. Enabling multi-hit lets you hit multiple zombies in one attack and overall makes combat easier. Some like it, some don't, but regardless of your taste, if you do have it on, it doesn't automatically apply to your pushing. When you push unarmed, you can only shove one zombie at a time. But if you equip something, you can shove up to 3. Unlike with the glass shards though, it doesn't work on everything. Specifically, it'll only work when you equip an actual weapon. Could be a crowbar, or something smaller like a ball-peen hammer, or what's this? Yup, a pen. Pens work, ball peens and ball pens. Again, absurd, but that's Zomboid for ya. Number 8, speaking of pushing, you can guarantee a knockdown if you push a zombie climbing over something. Shoving zombies isn't always a guaranteed knockdown. Sometimes you have to push them several times, sometimes a lot. But if you do it while they're leaping over low fences or through open windows, they always plop down. Actually, did I say leaping? It's more like they worm over. This is great for controlling the pace of combat. And if you want to slow them down even more, you can put some sort of low furniture behind the window, like this chair here. Gives you way more time to push them down. And also the zombies can't lunge from there at all. Now let's get into some broken stuff with number 9. You can alternate pushing and weapon attacks in melee combat. Whenever you attack with a weapon after the full animation, you can't attack again for a short moment. But while you're waiting, you can still push. When the push is done, there is still a bit of delay, but it's usually not as long as the weapons. So you can alternate attacking with your weapon and pushing to hit more often. Well, not really hit. The zombies aren't taking damage when you just shove them, and you're also attacking with your weapon a bit slower. But you are making more actions per second, might help in keeping larger zombie numbers at bay. Also, the delay isn't universal. For example, spears don't have the delay, so keep that in mind. For number 10, there's a way to move faster while limping or encumbered. Maybe you hugged the tree with your car a bit too forcefully, or maybe you like the movie Die Hard and ran through some glass with no shoes on. Either way, you might mess up your feet quite badly, maybe to the point of limping, and it sucks. Sucks even more when it makes you jog slower, or it just completely disables it if the injury is severe enough. Well, actually, you don't have to limp it off, because if you hold down the jog button and tap a direction, you'll go into running start first before you start limping. And that's what you do. You hold jog, press a direction, and then you let go of the direction when your character starts limping, and then press again. It's also useful when you're fully encumbered. The only limitation is that you can't do it if you're fully exhausted. And among everything in this list, this is the one that feels mostly like a bug. Might get fixed in the future, who knows, but for now it's there and it's neat. And finally, at number 11, there's a way to cancel your stomps. So stomping is the other combat option you always have because you play as a human and humans have feet. Each stomp takes about a second, but if you do it just right, you can end it at any point. What you do is you have to be moving before you do the stomp. After that, you can end the stomp anytime by starting up a jog. And it's actually a lot trickier to pull off than it sounds. You can't be running to enter combat stance, plus you have to get out of combat stance to start jogging, and also you can't start up a run if your character's exhausted. But oh boy, if you get the hang of it, it's a powerful tool. You can use it to run away in a pinch, and even better, it lets you stomp a lot faster. I have been practicing this for a bit and it feels amazing. Though this isn't a new trick at all. There are other videos out there that explain this in more depth. But I did figure it out on my own, so I wanted to mention it. It is my favorite trick by far. It may also be more versatile with a controller because of the analog movement, which lets you face a single direction more consistently, but I'm not sure. I haven't tried this on keyboard and mouse. Maybe you can pull it off, let me know. And that's it. Did you learn something new from this or want to add some of your own? If so, why not leave a like and subscribe? Add yourself to the amazing 1107 others that have supported me. Thanks again everyone for all the support, have a lovely day, and see you next video.